Why hello there, BelowNatural. I am taking you under investigation today to figure out information on a suspect. Do you happen to know what occurred to the awakened Fallen King?
Wait, what? How do you know this? That's classified for only developers of our game. Who told you this?
The word is already out below. It's too late. Now tell me what happened.
No, cut the cameras. This cannot be revealed any further.
By now, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen the new hidden wave that recently got implemented into Tower Defense Simulator. It was a major success that drove the community down spirals trying to figure out how to actually freaking trigger it. However, one huge factor that blew me away was the fact that they made the final boss of Hidden Wave Awakened Fallen King? If you are unaware, this anomaly has been a secret in the game that has been concealed for years. It seems so weird to me that they would straight up bring the Awakened Fallen King back after being forever stuck in the game files. But I have done a bit of research and I have a confident answer behind this. We have to piece this mystery together and investigate the true answer behind the Awakened Fallen King. You might as well call me SunkenRealm. Oh, come on! That has a good ring to it! Sherlock Holmes, SunkenRealm? Give me some credit here! The first sighting of the Awakened Fallen King was noticed on a badge that was added to the game on September 30th, 2020. This badge was called Error Buster and represented the Fallen King changed to have a neon purple glow around his appearance. This calls for SunkenRealm. Now, since nobody has ever seen this version of Fallen King before, people were wondering why he looked like that. In the description of the badge, it says, "Something doesn't seem right here. How did I get here? Who are you? Why are you here?" From the perspective that this is speaking, it sounds very lost, like you aren't supposed to be here. Based on this description, there was some speculation that this new boss was meant to be part of some sort of secret mode. When the overhaul update was released, the developers implemented a separate lobby designed for hardcore mode. Inside this lobby, there would be your usual voting system for hardcore maps. But, if you look off to the right, there is a round platform with what looks to be a giant portal that could have led to a secret mode. It is interesting that you can notice a statue of the Fallen King's head floating in the distance near the portal as well. Coincidence? Pfft, who really knows, bruh? Others thought that it could have been a badge achieved from a replacement Hidden Wave. Hidden Wave was experiencing quite a few bugs when the game received the overhaul update. The intro screen did not work, all the music stopped playing, and some of the visuals would not show up, such as the sky turning red and the text glitching. Not only were a few features broken, Hidden Wave was becoming a lot easier when the Toxic Gunner and later on, Sledger were released to slow down enemies tremendously. Let's not forget that the rate of fire rate bug would continue to be fixed further over time, making towers like accelerators so much stronger to utilize. However, none of these theories were the case, and this badge was unobtainable ever since its release. Not a single person knew the purpose behind this strange badge at all. Because of this, Error Buster became a big question mark within the game ever since. We interrupt this program for an important announcement. Alright, let's check up on how the channel is doing right now. No, this can't be. Please tell me that I am having a nightmare. That is absolutely crazy. If you are not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe down below. My videos take a lot of time and effort to create, so it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. After 2 months of the Error Buster badge staying in the game, this corrupted form of Fallen King was revealed for the first time inside an actual match of TDS. At that moment, this is when people discovered that the name of this anomaly was called the Awakened Fallen King. Welp, who we gonna call?
SunkenRealm.
When the awakened Fallen King was spawned for the first time, quite a few odd observations could be made about his stats. First off, the awakened Fallen King had the exact same amount of health as the original Fallen King. Second, there are absolutely no abilities that the awakened Fallen King performs at all. This includes having no rage mode activated at half health. Third, a death animation does not play for the awakened Fallen King, and this dude just disappears into thin air. With all this in mind, it just seems that the awakened Fallen King had been unfinished in terms of his mechanics. These incomplete mechanics were most likely the reason why we never saw an official addition of the awakened Fallen King to the game up to that point. The developers were also probably getting upset that people with admin commands were blatantly leaking secret enemies out to the public for everyone to see. This caused Paradoxum Games to take these privileges away from most of the admins to prevent any other leaks from surfacing. Additionally, the current objectives that Paradoxum Games wanted to work towards were the Frost Invasion event, a matchmaking system, and the Metaverse Champions event. When these updates were becoming the main focus, they probably didn't get a chance to get the Awakened Fallen King fully fleshed out and left it behind. As the years started to slip by, less news was heard about the Awakened Fallen King, so Paradoxum Games seemed to start forgetting about the Awakened Fallen King. Or did they? On August 2nd, 2024, Paradoxum Games released the extremely anticipated Fallen Foes update. This update was a lot to take in, with new Fallen skins, big reworks upon multiple towers, and of course, the massive Fallen Rework. Within the reworked Fallen mode, literally every enemy got changed in some sort of way, whether it was a rework done to an existing enemy, or adding something completely new. Many fresh mechanics were also introduced from a bunch of these new enemies. A few examples include the aggro attribute from the Fallen Squire, the Fallen Jester's bombs to buff other enemies, and even the mode's very own mini-boss, the Fallen Honor Guard. From innovating all these enemies, it caused Fallen Mode to gain a needed rise in difficulty, which made it fit securely in the balancing of each game mode. Despite all of these updates, there is one feature implemented that we did not touch on yet. Paradoxum Games placed a new, mysterious question mark badge into the game that we have never seen before. Not only did they add this badge into TDS, they completely deleted the Error Buster badge from the game files entirely. Seems kinda suspicious to me. At first, nobody had a clue on how this badge could be acquired. However, a day goes by, and a hint gets posted on their Discord server stating that the way this badge is earned is related to the old Hidden Wave. People went absolutely bonkers when they heard about this news and were trying anything to trigger the Hidden Wave. Some people tried to do the old method for Hidden Wave and beat Fallen in under 16 minutes and 9 seconds. No luck. Okay, why is the commander mentioned so many times in the update log? Maybe every player has to use Commander on Fallen mode? Nope. Well, what about beating Fallen mode with Fallen skins only? What about beating Fallen mode on Stained Could it be triggered from leaking the Fallen? Let's beat Fallen without Commander. What if we tried beating Fallen while doing a backflip? Nothing worked. After a bunch of trial and error, players finally started to figure out the secret behind activating Hidden Wave. Everyone was hit with a huge surprise when it was discovered that the final boss for Hidden Wave was none other than the Awakened Fallen King. I couldn't believe it when I saw it for the first time either after being overwhelmed. Awakened Fallen King! Hey, guess what? You wanna know what rhymes with overwhelm?
SunkenRealm.
Alright, I'm sorry. I promise that's the last time. With the Awakened Fallen King, he kept a very similar design compared to his earlier model. However, a lot has been modified with his stats and abilities since we last saw him. For his HP, he had an astonishing growth all the way up to 1 million health. Out of all the bosses in the game, there are only a select few that have breached above 1 million, which is absolutely insane. If you do not have any real heavy hitting towers and a good strategy around this, please pack your bags and leave. Time out. This is Editing Sunken here, and I just wanted to say in advance that they have recently nerfed his health down to 800,000 health. So, thank you Paradoxum Games, very cool. For his abilities, the Awakened Fallen King mostly uses the same abilities as the Fallen King, but he also has his own unique abilities too. One of these abilities includes him smashing the ground to glitch the screen and cause purple lightning to stun towers. Another ability raises the Awakened Fallen King's sword to rain down purple spikes from the sky. Lastly, he has his own rage mode which activates at 585,000 health. This makes him stomp out towers and move a bit faster towards your base. After your hard work finally pays off, you will defeat the Awakened Fallen King once and for all to earn the secret badge. For the first 48 people who beat Hidden Wave, each person will be receiving an exclusive skin for an upcoming tower. Besides the first 48 winners, you are not awarded anything inside the game at the time of recording this, just a badge currently. I tried so hard to beat it, and I was left crumpled. Anyways, let's bounce back to discussing about the Awakened Fallen King. Why, after being stuck behind the vault of game files for years, would they finally bring him back now? Remember when I mentioned how the Awakened Fallen King could have been a part of a replacement Hidden Wave in the future? It's insane how that theory from years ago directly correlates to what they just now added into the game. Behind the scenes, the developers probably decided that the Fallen Rework was the perfect timing to finally show off the Awakened Fallen King, and I 100% agree. Discovering Hidden Wave made the update so much more enjoyable, and maybe a little chaotic. I think it is safe to say every other theory that was created back then were all complete myths. Though, I do find it pretty fascinating to look back at all the crazy predictions that used to be made about Awakened Fallen King. With all of that said, let's end it off on a high note.
SunkenRealm. Killer fish from San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. Killer fish from San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. Killer fish, San